From the High Definition Production Center of Troy University's Broadcast and Digital Network and Troy campuses around the world, this is Troy TrojanVision Weekly.
Hello and welcome to Troy TrojanVision Weekly. We're glad you joined us for this look at what's happening in and around Troy University. I'm your host, Jordan Elston. Troy University hosted a workshop to show teachers how to better educate students on the Holocaust. Rachel Wilkerson has the details.
Today in Howell Hall, Miss Ann Rosenheck informed teachers from around the state of Alabama about her Holocaust experience.
I was 13 and when I ended, and then when I left, I was 14, and when I came to the States, I was 16 years old. And that's unusual and beautiful. And my kids are Americans, and so am I. And they're proud American. And I love this country, and I love the people. Some are a little bit critical, some so am I, so is everybody. So that's part of my life.
Miss Ann Rosenheck is inspired to talk about her past experiences and to teach the complexities of the Holocaust.
I want to tell you, all of you, what I lived through and how bad it was with the war and all that. And I lived through all that and lost my entire family in the war.
Teachers got a chance to ask Miss Rosenheck questions to be able to use that information to help their own students.
So what I really got from Ann speaking is that, she has a personal story and it's different for everyone else. And so the stuff that she tells us isn't necessarily the same as what everyone else is saying. You get different parts to the story, different pieces, and then from that we can start threading them together for my students.
Rachel Wilkerson, Troy TrojanVision News.
Some students spend their free time at home. Others spend their time at the dance studio. This week, the Troy Dance Theater is showing their fall show, Reflections. Haley Greathouse had a chance to visit with the dancers and learn about the upcoming show.
Since August, students and faculty of the Troy University Department of Theater and Dance have been working together to put on their fall dance showcase titled Reflections. This show features student and guest choreographers and multiple styles of dance. One student says the hardest part has been staying energized.
Endurance. I'd say making it from rehearsal to rehearsal and then having to dance on top of that, just staying energized and in the rehearsal process.
Although there are many pieces in the show, one dancer says her favorite piece takes a look back in history.
I think my favorite would have to be the one that's based off of the show Schindler's List. Holocaust victims getting out of the camps that they were in. I think it's just something that we all took to heart and were able to personalize and try to embody that story.
In fact, remembering the Holocaust seems to be a theme this week as Holocaust survivor Ann Rosenheck is on campus speaking to students about her experiences.
I really hope that she is able to come see it. I actually was able to hear her speak my freshman year, the last time she was here, and it was really incredible and really moving. I'm so glad she's back, and I hope if she sees it that she likes it.
Although the pieces are choreographed with a theme in mind, dancers hope that the audience will interpret the dances their own way.
I hope they just enjoy and have a good time, make their own storylines, not try to understand it, but really engage in what's going on and put their imagination into what's happening.
The show will run November 4th through 6th at 7 p.m. with a matinee performance on Sunday.
A semester of rehearsals is coming to an end for the Troy University Concert Chorale. The choir is in its final leg of rehearsals with the much anticipated performance being less than a week away. Sarah Singletary has more.
The end of fall semester is quickly approaching, which is one sign that the Concert Chorale's final performance is drawing near. Students gathered in Long Hall Monday morning to continue on the semester-long rehearsal journey with their peers. Senior Audra Weaver shares what she enjoys most about the rehearsal process.
Well, for me, music is liberating. It's a way of expressing yourself and laying all your emotions on the table. It's also about family. You come together, 2 or 3 hours a day, 3 days a week, and you're working with your classmates and your friends to make beautiful music, just to bring a light to the world.
A semester may seem like a lot of rehearsal time, but preparation for this show began long before the start of the semester.
I actually was in Salt Lake City at a conference in February and heard one of the songs on our concert. Was so blown away by it, couldn't breathe through that performance. I said, we absolutely have to do that. And so that was the first piece, and I built the others around that piece. It's showing the many faces of praise, and that's what this concert's about.
Aiding Dr. Orlovsky in her preparation for the final performance are 2 undergraduate conductors. Chosen by their choir director, these students will each conduct a piece in the performance. One coordinator shares the most difficult yet rewarding part of her experience.
Probably the fact that in this one concert alone, there are multiple types of songs, multiple different types of styles of music. So, you may be singing Renaissance 1 minute, and the next minute you have this very contemporary piece of the same text. So there's so many different. You have to switch gears pretty fast to make it seem seamless.
The final performance is scheduled for November 8th at 3 p.m. at Bush Memorial Baptist Church. Admission is free and open to the public. Sarah Singletary, Troy, Trojan Vision News.
We will take a short break, but when we return, we'll learn about Operation Christmas. Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
The warrior spirit, it's in there. Always has been. Now let it out and take the world by fire. Train well and learn what it means to be a Troy Trojan. Walk with confidence, conquer, claim territory, and climb ladders. Know that you have the power to stand alone, but the comfort of knowing that you'll never have to. Discover your inner warrior. Find it at troy.edu/spirit.
You sure you don't want some? It's chamomile. Listen, you are extremely terrifying. Just the scariest undead subhuman thing on TV, and I really mean that. But I am worried that you could give my kids nightmares if they see you, so I'm gonna have to block you. So that's it. Oh, and tell the zombies they're blocked too.
Now back to Troy Trojan Vision News Weekly.
Troy is a university that continues to spread education beyond our 4 walls. And Courtney Chandler was in Montgomery, where the university initiated a reading program at Tutwiler Women's Prison.
Troy University continues to spread its message to educate the mind to think, the heart to feel, and the body to act as they implemented a reading initiative program for the women at the Julia Tutwiler Prison.
Yeah, this is a great initiative. It's a reading initiative partnering with the Alabama Humanities Foundation, Ingram State Technical College, and the Department of Corrections to actually have Troy professors come in and work with some of the inmates here at Tutwiler Prison, reading some great books as a way to reflect and to be self-critical.
The women who participate in the program are able to read and discuss novels from writers who share similar experiences in order for them to reflect on their own experience. Even though no credits are given to the women in the program, Gavan says what they gain from it is much more rewarding.
For them, it's about freeing the spirit. It's about inspiring the mind to think of greater things and ultimately towards a greater good, we hope.
One of the inmates talked about one of her favorite novels and also how the program has benefited her.
My favorite book is Doing Time. It's called Doing Time, and it talks about all the different things that goes on inside the prison walls, which are so true. And it just talks about being strong when you're going through your struggles. I can now, I can relate to things. I can see things better. I just realized that the world has changed a lot, and I'm glad of that. And I can see there's a future.
The program here has about 20 women that participate, and if the program continues to be successful, it will expand to other facilities across the state. In Montgomery, Courtney Chandler, Troy, Trojan Vision News.
The holiday season is quickly coming upon us, and some Troy University students gathered Wednesday night in the Trojan Center ballrooms preparing a large shipment of Christmas boxes to send off. Deborah Bogart has the details.
Although Christmas is still over a month away, Troy University's Greek life got in the holiday spirit a little early. On Wednesday night, all sorority members were invited to wear their tackiest Christmas sweater mix and mingle, all while serving a good cause.
Well, tonight we had a lot of girls over the past couple of weeks collecting different items to bring in so that we can make shoe boxes for Operation Christmas Child, which is a project off of Samaritan's Purse. Basically, we're trying to make at least 300 shoe boxes that will go to kids in other countries just so that they'll get a little gift for Christmas time when they don't have anything, and they'll get to hear the Word of God as well.
My favorite part of tonight was definitely, giving back to the kids that can't afford Christmas. There's snacks here. We're having different sororities that are hanging out with each other, hanging out with my sisters. Makes you feel good to give back.
Sorority members formed 2 assembly lines, one for boys and one for girls, as they pass down these Christmas boxes, filling them with the items collected.
We have many different items, from toiletries to toys such as soaps and toothbrushes, toothpaste, coloring books, crayons, and just different little toys that the kids can play with.
This was the kickoff year for Operation Christmas Child, and Pouncey said although the majority of participation did come from sorority members this year, she is hoping it can become a campus-wide effort in the future.
I think it was a very successful year for it to be our first time doing it, and I pray that it does continue, and I think it can be a great project that Troy University does panhellenically, and then it can also move on to different organizations on campus just to unite us all.
Pouncey said the boxes will be given tracking numbers before being shipped to children in other countries so they can see where their box of treats end up. Deborah Bogart, Troy, Trojan Vision News.
Students got to show off their line dancing and carnival game skills at Alpha Delta Pi's inaugural Boot Scootin' Barbecue Tuesday night. The event was a time for friends to enjoy food and plenty of entertainment, and all for a great cause.
Students got the chance to enjoy carnival games, live music, and good food thanks to Alpha Delta Pi's Boot Scootin' Barbecue held on Tuesday night. This was AD Pi's first time hosting the barbecue event, and with all proceeds going towards the sorority's philanthropy, Ronald McDonald House Charities, it was a hard thing for students and the people of Troy to say no to.
It's our first annual event through AD Pi, so we're all really excited about it. We're having some live entertainment, carnival games, raffle prizes, certificate giveaway. Hook's Barbecue has totally brought in a lot of food for us, and we're just ready to have a good time. And all the proceeds that we collect tonight, whether it be through the ticket sales or just raffle prizes and stuff that we've gotten from our sponsors, is going to go directly towards Ronald McDonald House Charities, which is our philanthropy through AD Pi.
And the Boot Scootin' Barbecue wouldn't have been complete without a little line dancing. With some help from dancers of the American Legion, students had the opportunity to learn a few moves from the experts and then show off what they learned in a team competition.
We're also having the American Legion dancers come out and teach us some line dances, and that's going to be a group effort. Everyone's invited to do that, but there's also a line dance competition where some organizations on campus have put some members up and they're going to compete for that, so we're really excited to see what they can do.
And despite the entertainment, students seemed to all share one thing in common when it came to what they were enjoying the most from the event.
And this is really bad, but I'm really excited about the Hook's Barbecue. I love Hook's. It's going to be so delicious, and I think that's what has gotten a lot of people coming out today.
I came out here because I love barbecue. Because it's only $10, and this is something different than everyday food.
We're going to another break, but when we come back, we'll hear about the latest talk of Troy, so don't touch that dial.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
This is Thomas. During the day, he works in research, and at night, he's a warrior. Soon he'll have a degree from Troy University, a historic and affordable public university with flexible online and in-class courses, and professors who know their students by name. Do what you love and be great at it. That's the warrior spirit. Learn more at troy.edu/workingwarrior.
Now back to Troy Trojan Vision News Weekly.
Talk of Troy is known for its discussions and students sharing opinions on worldviews and issues relevant to issues that people are talking about on Troy. Ryan Renfro has a look at this week's Talk of Troy.
Who am I? Where do I come from? And where am I going? These are only a few of the questions asked by Troy students who attended this week's Talk of Troy, a talk that differed from recent discussions and focused more on our own internal mirrors of self-reflection.
Any time that you can spend with yourself, looking at your past, looking at what you're proud of, thinking about what your goals are, what makes you a good person. Any time you can spend doing that is beneficial to you. It helps you plan the rest of your life.
I feel so like we have so many distractions as college students not to actually self-reflect, but this was actually a good forum to actually make you think about, those questions. I self-reflect a lot just so I can improve as a person and just so I can affect other people around me. In order for me to change my community or anything else, I have to first change myself.
Now, the main topic discussed was, in fact, self-reflection, but after a few minutes, students and faculty in attendance suddenly turned their focus toward the origin of our own ways of living and raised the question of why. Why are we the way we are? And their response may or may not surprise you.
I feel so like our family environment plays a big role. I feel so like we take the things that we want to, attribute to our life, and we use those things and we utilize those tools that our parents give us. But it's those, other aspects where we don't agree. So we really make it a point to not have those attributes or not, portray them, within our everyday routine. So it's the family environment, and how you use it in a positive or negative way.
It's possible to be upset about something that seems very small right now, but it's based on an experience that happened to you when you were 5 or something. I think it's really important for us to look at our pasts and examine those things for reasons for why we do things in life.
Ryan Renfro, Troy, TrojanVision News.
One on-campus organization is joining the pro-life movement. Deborah Bogart gives us a look at Students for Life.
Every Monday night at 6 o'clock, a student organization meets to discuss their views on abortion and how to advocate their stance on the subject. Students for Life is a non-religious and non-political club designated to the pro-life movement.
Our mission is to raise awareness about the issue of abortion on this campus. That's our main goal because we feel like a lot of college students don't know much about abortion, and we're here to let them know more about the issue, and then also just to go and impact our local community.
Holmes says the club does not have much financial ability to give to the community and other pro-life movements since it is a relatively new club, but they do provide assistance and manpower to various events and pro-life activities.
We work a lot with Troy Save a Life. We did a diaper drive for them last year, and we're hoping to do that to a bigger extent this year. Otherwise, we go and volunteer time outside of abortion clinics and do sidewalk counseling, not protesting.
While Students for Life does promote a pro-life agenda, Holmes says it's not a requirement for every member to be against abortion in every instance.
We have certain limitations. If you believe abortion should remain legal in the cases of rape, incest, or life of the mother, you can still be a part of our group because that's such a rare occurrence. But we do require that our members be pro-life in order to just protect the fact that we are doing pro-life activism, so it wouldn't really work out if they weren't. But we're welcome to discuss with anybody.
One member says the reason he joined Students for Life was to help raise awareness of abortion and the pro-life movement on the college campus.
Really just getting involved and getting other students aware of the of that, abortion is not the answer, but to promote life, and also just go and help the women know that there's other options and other ways and other organizations to help them.
Deborah Bogart, Troy, TrojanVision News.
Troy's National Association of Black Journalists, or NABJ, gives students an opportunity to build their resumes while also connecting with others in the journalism field. Latasha Sims gives us a look at the organization's upcoming events.
The National Association of Black Journalists, also known as NABJ, has been around for many years and has been a great impact in many students' lives.
I really like it. I thoroughly enjoy the fact that it's predominantly African American. I feel as though NABJ is a great representation of black culture and black journalists.
Following its purpose to bring about a union of black journalists dedicated to truth and public service in the news, NABJ has fulfilled many of its goals by allowing students to participate in this organization to be able to practice their field in their own special way. NABJ allows students to participate in different activities and workshops to become better journalists.
We hold events throughout the year. We hold a resume workshop in the fall, which is for students that are who all in journalism. They can come in. We have someone from different news stations who help out and just tell us certain things about what we should be ready or looking for when we do get into the real world. And in the spring, we hold a Apollo night where we give those proceeds to the Boys and Girls Club.
NABJ is not all fun and games. It takes self-determination to be able to dedicate yourself to this organization. Many members of this group take this as a life learning experience that will be with them forever.
I chose NABJ because I had a fellow classmate who's in NABJ, and he's an anchor right now for TrojanVision News. And I looked up to him because he was everything that I saw in myself. So therefore, I just kind of followed him around and just wanted to be a part of something that would be great. Really, really great. And that's what NABJ is to me.
NABJ meets every second and fourth Wednesday in every month. New faces and new ideas are always welcome and are greatly appreciated. Latasha Sims, Troy TrojanVision News.
The Troy University Percussion Ensemble is preparing for a big event. Kendall Moody gives us a look at the organization and their preparation efforts.
Troy University has many on-campus organizations. One of these organizations is the Troy University Percussion Ensemble. This ensemble includes 8 percussionists, 2 of which are freshmen.
I saw the percussion ensemble 3 times prior to me deciding to come to Troy, and it definitely played a big part. It's something I always wanted to be a part of ever since I saw them.
Originally what brought me to Troy was the Sound of the South, and I'd heard the percussion ensemble play a few times, and I've been lucky enough to be given an opportunity to perform with them.
The percussion ensemble practices many hours each week. Because of this, they have become a very close and tight-knit group. They can almost call themselves a family.
We're all like brothers and sister, but we do argue and fight, but we're probably the closest knit group of people that we can be. We all get along, we fight, but at the end of the day, we're all playing and we're doing this big thing together. It's all about the big picture.
The Troy University Percussion Ensemble will be performing 5 songs at the Percussive Arts Society International Convention this November.
Right now we're getting ready to head to PASIC, the Percussive Arts Society International Convention in San Antonio. We'll be performing on November 13th. And by far, my favorite song that we're doing right now is called Carry. It's a compilation of about 5 to 6 Tool songs, and it's just a lot of fun.
Right now we're just cleaning music. We have, I think it's 5 pieces we're playing. We're just working on cleaning, and we've learned them all. We're just cleaning and getting them ready to play for San Antonio.
Kendall Moody, Troy, TrojanVision News.
And it's time for our last break, but when we return, we'll learn about the upcoming events from the University Activities Council. Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
You make me wear my bike helmet. Taught me never to run with scissors.
You tell me to stay away from drugs.
To always buckle my seatbelt. And to follow the swimming rules.
You're always looking out for me and trying to keep me safe.
So why do you keep a loaded gun in your drawer? Here in the garage.
Closet. Shoebox. Under the bed.
Where anyone can get to it. How safe is that?
How safe is that?
How safe is that?
You asked them to follow some safety rules. Now they're asking you. In fact, they're counting on you. Never let your gun get into the wrong hands. If you own a firearm and are not using it, please be responsible and be sure that it's stored in a safe place. Remember, always lock it up. For more information on firearm storage safety, visit ncpc.org.
Now back to Troy TrojanVision News Weekly.
Students looking for a way to blow off some steam each week have the opportunity thanks to the University Activities Council. Aaron Taylor finds out more about the organization.
Hello and welcome to Trojan Talk. I'm your host, Aaron Taylor. Today we find out about how Troy University students can get involved with some fun activities on campus and the organization to do it. University Activities Council, the president of the UAC, Khadijah Torbert. Khadijah, thanks for joining me here today.
I'm glad to be here.
So, of course, you know, Khadijah, we also know you from here at Trojan Vision, but you have some outside activities from Trojan Vision,
yes,
being
sir.
president of the UAC, and obviously, it's got to be a fun job to have to bring fun to campus. Tell us a little about UAC and what its mission is and what it does.
Overall, it is. It's really cool to be part of an organization that brings so many different levels and just activities to the campus every Wednesday. And it's just good to see all the people come out, students, faculty members, and basically what we are raised up on, or what we try to do is just bring people to our events just to try to get them out of their rooms on a Wednesday night, because people are about to get, you know, back in that routine of studying. So we just want to give them like hours of just having fun. You're a college student, so we want you to have fun.
And of course, you talk about getting back in the routine of classes. This is a way to just blow off some steam, and that's got to be a valuable experience to give to students.
It truly is, because it's hump day. So Wednesday is hump day. So we want you to just get back into the routine of classes, because education is very important to us. But we also want you to have fun while you're a college student.
And you talk about that Wednesday, and that's y'all's night.
Yes.
It's always been since back when I was a student here. Wednesday night, you knew there was something going on. So that's got to, I guess, it helps to plan things out and for students to accommodate their schedule, because they know on Wednesdays I've got something to do.
Yes, we try to make it, you know, put it in people's brains to not schedule anything on Wednesdays after 6, because that is UAC night. That is our night.
And then the activities. Let's talk about the range of activities that you bring to campus, because it really is some truly fun and unique stuff that some people wouldn't expect to ever get to do, especially on campus. Like I know last year, roller skating was a popular activity, and I stopped by, and the Sartain was filled with people who were waiting in line to get out there and experience something. And some of them weren't that great at it, but it was still fun. Talk about some of the different types of activities that you guys bring.
Well, you mentioned roller skating, and this year we're bringing ice skating. So it's just, you know, to bring it in since it's getting colder. So we're like, ice skating will be perfect for the fall months. And we're also having drone wars, since drones are so popular. So that's coming up in September. We're excited about it. And it's just many different aspects we're bringing, pairing with different organizations like SGA or ISCO, just different organizations just pairing with us.
A lot of different activities, and they can keep track of that. And there's a new way to find out about activities. Obviously, traditionally, they can follow you on Twitter. There's a Twitter account. What's the Twitter account?
It's Twitter at Troy UAC. We have a Facebook page, Instagram, and now we have Snapchat.
And of course, there's a new app that's come out this semester that a lot of people have you've asked them to download, and they're going to see activities. Cork.
And it's CORQ. Just go to the App Store, smartphone, iPhone, and you can just download the app. Make sure you click Troy University, pick our school, and you'll see all of our events, all of anybody else's events, and it's just a good way to get involved with the school. I'm like, oh, I didn't know this event was happening tonight, and I'm like, oh, I can go to that. So it's just a cool way to keep up with what's going on at Troy.
And you'll have those activities every week, updating on that app so they can keep track of that.
Keep up with it Monday through Friday. You can see what is going on, so you can never have a dull moment.
Never have a dull moment. And of course, you know, one of the things we talked about the roller skating and the ice skating and the drone wars, but another part of your traditional schedule every 2 weeks, alternating weeks, you have one of these fun activities, but probably the most popular activity for the students here at Troy is your partnership with Continental Cinemas and Dollar Movie Night.
Dollar Movie Night is always a huge factor with USC. Everybody loves Dollar Movie Nights because you get to pay $1 for a movie that will regularly cost like $6, $7, or even $9. So we, UAC, take the portion of that, and then the students just go to the kiosk down in the TC and just pay $1 for it. Or you can also purchase at the Continental Cinemas itself.
And then, of course, students get a chance to do that every 2 weeks. And then you also provide some transportation out there as well.
Yes, we have shuttles that take you to and from the Continental Cinemas, and just to figure out where it's scheduled, just it'll be in the TC, or you can always just find it on our Troy website.
Troy website. So now for anybody, once again, that wants to get information about UAC activities, stuff like that, where can they find you on social media?
Well, at Troy UAC, and our meetings are every Monday at 5 p.m. in the ballrooms, TC ballrooms.
All right, and then every Wednesday night.
Every Wednesday
night, something's going on somewhere. Pay attention to social media or Cork, the new app.
The new app.
And find out specifically time and place for those locations.
Yes,
well,
sir.
As always, fun activities for the UAC, and looking forward to what you guys have on tap for the rest of this semester.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining me today.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
And thank you for joining us on today's edition of Trojan Talk.
And that's what happened on the first week of November 2015. To find out what's happening throughout the week, you can tune into Troy Trojan Vision News at 5, 6:30, and 10:30. Have a good night.